What do you think of our podcast concept?
We need to change something. Or someone.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know, dude. This is just too long. 40, 15 minutes. Like, talking about the same topic,
It gets really hard to look at your face for that long.
Exactly,
honestly.
And yeah, I cannot stand it anymore.
How about we just make it shorter?
I cannot get shorter than that. Yeah, we can make it shorter. I think, people...
15 minutes?
15 minutes is good. Yeah.
Let's do that.
Yeah, let's do that. Deal?
Deal.
Also goes fast, you forget it fast.
Right, it's to motivate you to do stuff.
And every time the Instagram algorithm really surprises me.
What's gonna motivate you, right? You're out of dopamine.
So it's really a psychological trick.
And you have these high hopes and you get this dopamine. Oh, what is it? It can be so excited.
No, I'm not gonna eat this shit anymore. That was a bad idea.
And you can change everything. Like I changed my sleep, for example, and it doesn't work. For a while, I wanted to talk about sleep. Like I told you this, I wanted to do an episode about sleep. And the reason for that is that recently, a couple of weeks ago, I felt so exhausted all the time. And I didn't really figure out why. And, you watch a lot of videos and some about health.
Yeah.
And at some point you're going to realize, okay, everybody talks about sleep. Sleep is the number one most important thing. So I thought maybe there's something wrong here. If I'm exhausted all of the time and exhaustion is the number one symptom of being sleep deprived, then maybe sleep is an issue. So I wanted to talk about sleep. And then I started thinking what were the things that I changed recently about my lifestyle that might have led to this? Because I want to explore, am I actually getting worse sleep? Because there's all this talk about sleep hygiene, right? And I thought maybe I changed something in my lifestyle about sleep hygiene. And I felt like I fixed my sleep hygiene, right? I started having some wind down episode before sleep. I started reading before sleep. No phones, no watching movies a while before sleeping. I stopped drinking any caffeinated coffee, only decaf. I tried to fix all of these things and I was still exhausted.
You were trying to filter it in somehow.
Yeah.
You're trying every time to change a variable so that you see what...
Exactly. I just wanted to have the optimal sleep routine to be sure that to sort of troubleshoot. And then I realized it didn't go away. Okay, so what were other things that I changed about my life? And then I noticed I started using Instagram a bit more recently.
This is okay. Because it sounds like you when you tell me you use Instagram, it disturbs more your sleep, I guess. No,
that's the whole thing.
Okay.
That's the reason why today I don't want to talk about sleep.
Okay, so you did this whole introduction just
to waste your time, actually.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
This is
You're
what
welcome.
You learn when you do a podcast with a friend.
Well, at least I made you coffee, so you have something to sip on while I talk. No, today I would actually...
Do you know what that felt like? It felt like this fucking advertisement on YouTube that you cannot ignore, that you cannot skip.
Yeah, that's just me in a nutshell.
Okay, yeah.
No, today I want to talk about the top 5 dopamine drainers.
Okay.
Because,
this is
tell you what, I discovered this change. I started using Instagram more. I was like, maybe there's something up with this. So I stopped using it. And suddenly I wasn't exhausted anymore.
What? Those 5 dopamine drainers that you stopped?
No, I mean, for me, it was mostly social media and Instagram,
Okay.
or this short form content. But this fixed it. So I was starting to look into it. It's okay, what's the thing that's most affected by short form content and social media and stuff? It's usually dopamine. And it makes so much sense if you look at the sort of the function of dopamine.
Yeah.
Right? It's to motivate you to do stuff, to actually get you out of your chair and start doing the things that you want to do. And if you constantly deprived of dopamine because you exhaust all of it through these dopamine drainers that we're going to talk about, then what's going to motivate you, right? You're out of dopamine. Like that's very simplified, but I discovered that for me that was the case. So I wrote down the top 5. Yeah. Number 1, I already mentioned, is the endless scrolling, like short form content. Did you ever have like something with that? Like, did you notice that had an impact on your life?
On my sleep?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say so. I think this is interesting the way you said it, like, because for me, when I'm exhausted or I cannot sleep well, I don't like automatically think of like those dopamine drainers and everything. I would think more of my diet, or I would think more of maybe I'm lacking.
You mean when you don't sleep well?
Yeah. I think more like maybe when I'm not sleeping well, maybe when I'm feeling exhausted the whole time, I feel like maybe I have a deficit in, I don't know, vitamin D or magnesium or something like that. Yeah. So this is funny that you mentioned that. But for sleep, the thing that helps me, this is embarrassing to say maybe, I watch those ASMR videos before I sleep. Do you know them?
Oh my God.
I don't know why.
I mean, I guess that's what they're for, right?
It really helps, man. It really helps. You know, they say, and they start.
For me, that would be so weird. I would be so creeped out.
I know. But that, I don't know. That has really a positive impact on me. But the thing is that,
I mean, you.
The funny thing is that at first you say, oh, okay, this is really nice. There is some background, you know, because that quietness for me is sometimes scary, you know. You say, okay, what is happening now? So now I'm just lying in my bed and waiting for...
I mean, a lot of people use white or like brown noise for that kind of thing. For sleeping.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I think brown noise. White noise is very annoying.
What is brown noise? I have no...
I think brown noise is noise that's filtered...
No, sorry.
Thank you for that. That's filtered to have the same like frequency spectrum as the human voice. Like the average human voice. I don't know.
But do you have like an example? Can you just do it now? That's brown voice.
I don't know, man.
Okay. Okay, this is getting out of hand.
All right. No, but
sorry,
what I actually wanted to ask you is like Instagram and like short form content. Did you ever notice like an impact? Yeah.
I mean, it's always like you start scrolling, and the thing for me, I really scroll on videos because I found them really funny, you know. And every time the Instagram algorithm really surprises me. Do you know what's also really scary? I don't know if that happened to you or not. Sometimes I think of a video that I want like to see while I scroll, and it comes.
It's like Instagram is reading your mind.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's just by thought, you know? I didn't like look for a video before. It's not like just like some of the, you know.
Sometimes it happens to me as well, right? On YouTube especially.
Yeah. I think of something and then it comes suggested, or I don't know how.
It's weird.
Yeah.
It's like conditioning you to think of that. It's like the grand plan.
Or maybe the algorithm is so efficient that it would say, okay, maybe after a certain time he would think of that content again.
That's so interesting.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's so weird, man. That's really weird. Okay, now we are fully on the cognitive noise. Just...
back and forth.
But the endless scroll, I always get it. But I mean, I wouldn't say I would scroll like for 2 or 3 hours, but that happens that I scroll like for 40, 50 minutes.
But if you have a phase where you do that a lot, do you feel like a constant sort of exhaustion?
No, I feel like, can I be completely transparent with you? I feel really like okay, then I'm not going to say it. I really feel like a completely piece of shit when like after those 40, 50 minutes, I say, what have I done with my life?
Fair enough.
Because at least sometimes, but that's the worst like the worst scenario happen after that, I say, okay, I'm just gonna go to YouTube Shorts because they're more informative.
That's like when I quit Instagram the first time, and then you just shift to YouTube.
Exactly.
Shorts.
You just shift to YouTube Shorts, and then I go to YouTube Shorts. Okay, it's fun. You start scrolling on some, I don't know, movies shorts. It's less dark humor, it's less memes, it's more, you land on, I don't know, a video about astrophysics, and then next one about mathematics, next one about nutrition, the next one about like an animal that existed, I don't know, 500 years ago. I think it stimulates me more to or like I get maybe more knowledge, but I'm not sure if that knowledge stays that long, It's not like reading a book about something specific, because you take your time, And this is what my mom always told me, like, everything that you understand fast, it also goes fast, You forget it fast. So,
I mean, that is true. It has nothing to do with dopamine drainers, but...
Yeah. I'm just... I don't know.
No, but
I shifted completely to something else now.
Yeah, but it is kind of the reason that social media or like this short form content draws you in so much, right? And it's also the reason why it drains your dopamine, because it's like this constant, like it's constantly something new.
Yeah.
And it's constantly this gamble, or maybe the next short is going to give me a bigger hit than the last one. And it drains you so much. Right?
Especially when it's something, I don't know, the thing that Instagram does so well is that, I don't know, the algorithm is so smart that it already knows your mood, It even knows when your mood is shifting. When you are into, I don't know, dark humor, it only suggests your dark humor thing. When you're more into those, I don't know, motivational speeches, it suggests you only that thing, and then you start scrolling and scrolling. So yeah, I think I got that.
That's why it's the number one. I mean, all these others that I've listed here, and I can go through them quickly because but I think these ones have an impact, but the scrolling and social media is like the number one, at least nowadays, because it's like so big. Okay, the other four, we can then talk about all of them.
Yeah.
The other four are pornography.
Okay.
It's a very big one. Processed food, like highly processed food, overly processed food.
Oh, yeah.
Oof. Huge impact as well. Then these constant notifications and this constant multitasking that we do nowadays. Like you shift tasks all the time, and then like this is also a way to drain your dopamine. And the last one, and this wasn't super obvious to me, is a passive lifestyle. And a passive lifestyle means you don't exercise a lot, you don't challenge yourself enough. Like, essentially living comfortable is maybe like a headline for it, like the bullet point.
Zone.
Yeah, like if you're very comfortable all of the time, in a way, it like, I don't know if it drains your dopamine, but it definitely changes something in the way you process dopamine that has a negative impact, from what I've heard.
Notification, yes. Do you know the moment I realized how it has an impact on my life? And this is why I agree, definitely. I think also notification, also passive life is kind of related, because, for example, the more active I am during my day, the less I'm going to use my phone. And the more I socially interact with people, also the less I'm going to use my phone. And the more I'm going to be like distracted by other things than by my phone. And I come to the point that I really forgot that I may be waiting for a message from someone, because my phone was really like one of my least concern,
Yeah.
And to be honest, I really feel well when I don't even like look at my phone for like 5-6 hours. Man, I really feel like, I don't know, I really feel like healthier, mentally healthier.
It's freeing in a way as well.
Yeah. So I agree on that. Yeah.
And I also, it kind of is related to what you said in a episode, I don't know,
Routine,
like 2 or 3 episodes ago. Maybe was it the routine?
The routine, definitely the one. The routine one.
Where you talked about putting your phone away.
Yeah.
When you like worked or studied or whatever, and like instead of just putting it upside down or something, you turned it off, or like you put it into another room, because this is actually the thing that's draining your dopamine. It's not the fact that you're getting a notification. I think, by the way, this is
the fact is that
not
you're waiting
necessarily
for
scientific. Exactly, it's
yeah.
that you're waiting, or that you have this possibility in your head that there could be a notification, and you always,
because you sent a message before, maybe you're waiting if someone saw you.
Yes, exactly. And then if you get a notification and you don't know what it is yet, then you have like these high hopes, and like you get this dopamine. Oh, what is it? It can be so excited, and then it's like, I don't know, you get a spam email, and you're like, okay, great. Now I wasted all my dopamine on a spam email. Thank you.
But that's really psychological like trick.
Food,
yeah.
I never really made that connection that food is also something that gives you a lot of dopamine, right? You eat, sugar is the number one reason, right? You eat sugar, you get dopamine, and it's like why it's so addictive. But I never made that connection that the dopamine you spend on that food is the dopamine you might later not have to motivate yourself to do something important.
I felt that really, really like hard lately. I stopped eating processed food for now, I don't know, it's been already 2 months or maybe 1 month and a half, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I really felt great doing this thing. Okay. And I was really strict. No processed food, doesn't matter what happens. Even if I'm hungry, I'm just going to get, I don't know, some almonds, I'm just going to buy some almonds, a pack of almonds. And just 2 days ago, it's just like, that's so important. Like sometimes a sequence or an event in your day affect a whole sequence. For example, for me, breakfast is the most important thing for me because my breakfast is so complete that I don't have that, I'm not craving food anymore after that, Mm-hmm. And I know at some, I don't know, around, 5 p.m., I would have my dinner, which would be my dinner and my lunch. And I'm excited about that because I prepare something really tasty and I discover new recipes and it works. I found my pattern, it works really good. One day, I just didn't have eggs, and I always eat eggs in the morning. I was missing eggs, and I didn't eat eggs. I just eat like some bread and cheese. And then when I go out, I spend like the whole day outside. I did some activities, I trained, and when I come back and I was going to the grocery to buy some stuff, I saw that Snickers, and it was looking at me, and I was looking at it. I said, come on, it's just a Snickers, it's fine, And I said, okay, I'm just going to break the rule. It was this, I don't know, 2 days ago or like 3 days ago, yeah. Mm-hmm. I said, it's fine.
One time, right?
Yeah, one time, it's not that bad.
Yeah.
So I took it. I ate it. I instantaneously regretted because I already felt like my stomach would say, hey, man, like this thing didn't appear for like months, What is this person doing? Like, didn't do even like an introduction. Who is this guy? So I had really a trouble like processing that because I got used to really healthy and non-processed food. And the day after, I said, no, I'm not going to eat this shit anymore. That was a bad idea. The next day, I also missed my breakfast. I went outside. I gave I gave tennis lessons, and then I came back, and again, I fell into the trap. I said, no, this time is not Snickers. I'm going to get something healthier. So I got a Twix.
Oh my God. The delusion.
The extra large ones. Yeah. I said, no, it's fine, So I ate that thing. And the next day, and today, I also went to the grocery. I didn't have my breakfast, but this time I said, no, I'm just going to take dark chocolate, 90%. And I took it, and I respected my diet again. And I said, never, ever. Because the solution for me, when I'm craving something, I want to eat sugars. To be honest, I'm not going to stop that. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Forget about that. And I was replacing that with some really nice recipes. I was doing like brownies based on dates, egg, and oat flakes, you know. And it was really tasty. And that was enough for me, you know. It wasn't too strong. It wasn't processed food. It was fine. And just one day, you eat that thing, it messed up 3 next days. That's crazy.
Yeah, the impact is huge.
The impact is crazy. And I said, why? And I still regret that. But like today, I got myself up and I said, no, I'm not going to fall in that trap again. And yeah.
It's so interesting when you make that connection between something, like the correlation.
Yeah.
And then you really pay attention to it, how suddenly you can really control, or at least in your head replicate, why you're having a bad day or you're having a good day. Because when I found that out with Instagram, when I was using it more and I was really exhausted, when I found that out, I stopped using it, I felt great again. And then, you know, at some point you're bored, you're sitting on the toilet, taking a dump or something, and then you and then you open Instagram again.
I never take, I never did take a dump without a phone. Let's be honest. Never.
Yeah, but you can do different things, right, with your phone. You don't need to open Instagram.
Do you know what I do? And this is a good thing I do like daily. I do math riddles. There is an app where you solve math riddles. You just need to find the next sequence. That's so fun.
I think it's definitely better than Instagram.
Yeah, and it's, of course, man. I mean, what a comparison you're doing, of course. I mean, it's better than looking at people doing stupid shit like in Instagram, yeah. But I really love that.
I love how you took me so seriously right now when I said it. Yeah, but when you make that connection, and when I like figured it out, I had like a couple of days where I started using Instagram a little bit more, right? And immediately the next day, I could feel the impact. I could feel again, shit, my day to day is not as good as it was yesterday or like last week.
But did you?
And then I stopped it again, and then it got better. Like you can really draw this like graph of like how much Instagram usage I had the previous day or like a couple of hours beforehand, and then how productive or like energetic I was the next day. Like you can draw this graph and you will probably see a very clear correlation.
Yeah.
And it's so interesting, but you have to like actually pay attention. And if you don't pay attention to it, it's so easy to like feel exhausted, and then you're like, oh, I guess I didn't sleep well. Like I don't know why I'm exhausted. I'm just exhausted. I work too much. You can have like any number of reasons for it. And you can change everything. Like I changed my sleep, for example, and it doesn't work. And then you just give up at some point. When in actuality, it's really those cat memes on Instagram that are
cat memes
taking all your energy away.
I have a friend, he always send me cat memes. But he sent me like he said cats are such an interesting creature. They're a spiritual thing. I think he's gonna identify himself when he see this video. But yeah. No, for me, it's not cat memes. It's much worse. People on Instagram are so funny, man. They're so funny. But I honestly never made that correlation. You know what? And this is something I'm going to start doing. This is a promise from now on. I'm not going to use any social media thing 1 hour before I sleep. Okay. I'm going to try that.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm going to limit my... this is going to affect the Cognitive Noise podcast because we need to be a bit more active. But like, I'm going to try really to limit it to maximum 1 hour a day. Yeah. I'm going to try that.
I'm curious.
The next episode, I'm going to say my findings, about this. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Deal. Yeah.
Should I press record?
Again.